Allison France, Bryce Christians, Chris Lounsbury, David Strohmeyer, Emmy Bristow, Erica Grinde, Jackson Lee, Kyla Leonards, Melissa Fisher, Michelle Denman, Shane Stack, Violet Plummer, Glenn I'm sorry, I'm going to mess this up. Morangelo.
Yes, you got it.
Thank you. And MCAT. Andrew Chorney joined us in the meantime, it looks like. Did I miss anybody else out there? All right, thank you, commissioners.
Great, thanks. Is there any public comment on items not on the agenda? Okay, we have consent agenda, 2 items, requests that the board approve and sign the subdivision improvement agreement for Glacier Creek Meadows, and requests that the chair sign a task order between DPHHS and Missoula City County Health Department for STD disease intervention specialist.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second that.
Any further comment? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Action items. We have Bryce Christians with Butterfly House and Insectarium, or Glenn.
Yeah, good morning, commissioners. So this is the lease agreement that we had on the calendar for last week, but we had a couple of delays as we were clarifying some language. But we've worked through a pretty lengthy process to develop this initial lease agreement with the Butterfly House. We will have the lease agreement with the Conservation District coming shortly. But we, like I said, went through a pretty lengthy process of ensuring that we were checking with all of the associated departments within the county to make sure that we were keeping with existing resolutions and existing agreements. And I think we have a pretty good product, and we're excited to get this partnership underway.
Great. I would move that we approve the lease agreement.
Second that.
Any further comment?
It's a long time in coming.
Yes.
We're really glad we're here. Well done, Glenn and Bryce, and I know there are a whole lot of people involved. So this is making it sound quick and easy, and I know it's been nothing like that at all. It's not been quick and not been easy, but we really appreciate all the effort.
Yeah, did Glenn have anything you wanted to share?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for working through the process with us. I think we came out with a great agreement, identifying a lot of the equipment that we had that's super specific, and everybody's happy with it. So thanks so much.
Fantastic. All in favor?
Aye.
Can I just add that I just wanted to add the thanks to Bryce for working through that process. I definitely added a lot of complications, or at least things to it, because there's so many other partners at the fairgrounds that are going to be looking at this lease as a template. And so I think it's really a good lease, and it sets us up for a really good negotiation process to redo the lease with the ice rink. So I just wanted to really thank Bryce for his being collaborative on this process and working through it and creating such a good result.
Thanks for saying that, Emily.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Jackson Lee with Trail Stewardship Program application.
Good morning, commissioners. We are requesting approval to submit an application to the Montana Trail Stewardship Grant Program for up to $75,000 of grant funds for pavement preservation and safety enhancements on shared use paths throughout Missoula County's rural communities. If fully funded, improvements would reach 4 communities: Bonner, Frenchtown, Lolo, and Sealy Lake. And these improvements are predicted to cover nearly 25% of our total system mileage. Award decisions are expected by May.
Great. I would move that we approve the application.
And I'll second that, and best of luck. Where our fingers are crossed.
Any further comment? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Well done getting it in.
Thanks.
Chief Financial Officer Andrew Chorney. Can't read my phone. Resolution authorizing the sale of
Bonds.
2.75 million in tax increment industrial development revenue bonds.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to ask you to adopt a resolution authorizing the issuance of $2.75 million in tax increment bonds for the Bonner Mill site. Before I do that, I thought maybe I'd let Emily describe the project a little bit since she is spearheading it, and I just came in for the financing. Yeah.
Hi, Commissioners, again. So this project, a few weeks ago, you guys authorized the repository cleanup to go from a $3 million do not exceed number to a 3.974 number. And we held off on the financing until that was all done. And the reason why we had to increase it was because the project was originally bid at 60,000 tons, and the engineer's estimate to calculate that was to get to that 3 million, even included an extra 10,000 tons in contingency. And so construction began last June, but by last July, we had already moved over 70,000 tons of material to the landfill, and the $3 million do not exceed amount was surpassed. So change orders had been issued to allow for additional materials and the changing conditions to keep the project moving forward. But the project was more complicated. In addition to more tonnage, it was super, I don't know if you guys remember, they're basically having to take a vacuum and vacuum out all these old railroad ties to get it really, really clean. And so it's just a little bit of a more labor and more tonnage than was originally anticipated. The project began under my predecessor, Dory Brownlow, and it is continuing, and it should be wrapped up by July of this year. And then hopefully we'll see something built on it and see some increment come in from that. There is tremendous demand in the Bonner Mill Site District for space to work. And so we're hopeful that the where once was a contaminated material will soon be a business.
We are too.
Yeah, we are too. Absolutely. So I would move the board approve the.
So I just want to quickly describe what you're approving. I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh is on the board, so he knows already.
I negotiated a private placement with the local bank. They wanted 2.5. We got them down to 2.4% interest over a 10-year period. We thought 10 years was appropriate because looking over the last 5 years of increment from the district, we're averaging $329,000 per year. Debt service is $310,000. The average is a little bit low because in 2019 it dropped off because of the equipment tax that left from the mining site out there, if you want to call it that. So, so I'd like to get you to approve this. And the other thing is, we felt that most of since it is an industrial tax increment district, most of the industrial tax increment work that the public sector could do out there is almost over, and we didn't want to really extend that increment district any further than it needed to be. The district was created in 2017, so 5 years into it. Increment districts last for 15 years. By doing a 10-year financing, we're not increasing the length of the district at all. We're sticking to 15 years, and we'll be out and go to the other taxing jurisdictions. So with that recommendation is that you approve the resolution authorizing the issuance of the $2,750,000 in debt.
Thanks, Andrew.
You bet.
So yeah, this does eat up a lot of the increment annually, but this project absolutely needs to be done.
Yeah, and
There's
we'll see
no way around it.
Yeah, we'll see some increasing.
Yeah, once it's done and a new business is there, this will be an investment we'll get some rewards on, but it'll just take a little while.
I think it's also worth mentioning that a lot of this project is being paid for in cash. So we're going to do, 1.2 million of the project will be paid for in cash. The loan is only for, I think 2.7. So I think there will be some increment that we can spend, if projects come up in the future, we can spend it out of cash, and I think we'll be okay.
Great. All right, I'm gonna move we approve the resolution authorizing the sale of bonds.
I'll second it. And let's get this done. Thanks, Emily and Andrew.
Thank you.
Any further comments? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
I
Thank you. Okay, Shane Stack with Lolo Sidewalk Project.
Morning, Commissioners. I've got an agreement for a transportation alternative funding project in front of you for approval and signature. The project is essentially the construction of sidewalks in Lolo between Highway 93 and the new proposed school location. So that's on Farm Lane and Lewis and Clark in Lolo. The total cost of the project is just a skosh under 1 million. It's $988,253, and the feds in the state of Montana will pay $855,630, and the county will be responsible for the 13.42%, which is the $132,623. So, just a request to sign the agreement, and we'll keep the project moving.
That's great.
So good.
Great. Yeah, it's a solid piece of work. I would move that we approve the draft funding, maintenance, and construction agreement.
I'll second that.
Any further comment? All in favor? Aye.
So one quick note, MDT will be sending this agreement electronically for signatures. So just expect that coming your way shortly.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Michelle Denman, and maybe Chris is on this too. Our standard audit contract with Anderson Zermühlen. I'm not pronouncing that. Zermühlen and Montana Department of Administration for our local government audit.
Oh, Michelle, you are muted.
I got the one piece done, but I didn't get the other one done. Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. We are asking that you sign a contract between Anderson Zermühlen, Missoula County, and the Department of Administration to conduct our local government audit for fiscal years 21, 22, 23, and 24. This will work through the issues that we have seen in prior years regarding our audit and bring us into compliance with all of the agencies that we work with.
That's important.
It is very important. Yeah.
And you're being so gracious and demure.
Yeah. I understand we're making a leap forward here.
Yeah, better days ahead, hopefully.
Yes, we are very, very hopeful and really looking forward to the new partnership that we're going to have with Anderson Zermühlen.
Great. All right. I would move that we all sign the standard audit contract with Anderson Zermühlen.
Second.
Any further comment? Come on, Chris, you don't want to say anything? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, Kyla with East Missoula Community Council reconsideration.
Yes,
We have a
hi
couple of
Commissioners.
these.
We spoke about this last week during admin, just as this to create consistency on the positions on the community councils. Basically, last fall, October 2021, both the Lolo Community Council and the East Missoula Council revised their bylaws to allow alternates. And then we had applicants for the Lolo, one applicant for the Lolo Community Council, and one applicant for the East Missoula Community Council. On January 16th, you made the motion to appoint Stephen Hayes as the alternate to the East Missoula Community Council. So I'm just following up to see if you would like to keep that motion or if you would like to revise that motion for the alternate position for consistency with the process.
Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we ought to be consistent in our process here.
This is unfortunate. This is just kind of clumsy, but and he been notified of anything?
No, he has not received any letters from our office as of yet.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So it's not as clumsy as it could be otherwise had we already notified this person. So
Okay, that I feel better. And then in this letter, does he know filing deadlines and what he needs to do to participate? Okay.
Yes, if you decide to revise the motion, the letter would include information on contacting the elections office to file with elections office as a candidate.
And we would include the dates in that letter and also encourage him to still participate and attend the meetings. So he feels welcome to attend.
Exactly.
Yes,
Because I
correct.
feel it's important to keep him engaged and take advantage of his interest.
Correct.
Okay.
so can we move both items 6 and 7 at the same time here?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I would move items 6 and 7.
Okay.
Well done.
Any further comment? All in favor? Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Thanks so much, Kyla.
Thanks, Skylar, for navigating this clumsiness.
And Juanita, on the community council topic, we did get confirmation from John Hart that it appears as though the language that's in the both Lolo and Sealy Lake Community Council bylaws needs to be stricken since it does not comply with
Good.
state law. So there should not be any. There should not be such a thing as a BCC appointment to a
Appointed.
council.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for bird dogging that. And so, what are the next steps?
Presumably CAPS would work with, or whoever our liaison is with the community councils, work to revise those bylaws. I'm
Okay.
guessing.
Great, thank you.
Or maybe Kyla, she just appeared.
I was just going to throw in my 2 cents that yes, CAPS has worked in the past and is the liaison for the community councils. But I also work in conjunction with them. So I can reach out to Lori Heyer, who has been doing those revisions on those bylaws.
We love bylaw revisions.
Nothing more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, correspondence. There's a request to sign a letter of support for CSKT's guy, Josh, I can't read the rest of
Request
it.
for funding through the U.S. Department of Transportation's National Significant Federal Lands and Tribal Projects Program. Funding would be used to fund improvements on Highway 93 in the Post Creek Hill area, as well as the Nine Pipes area.
Great, thank you.
Who wrote this letter?
But I drafted it with Allison. I don't know if you guys want any more background on it, or if you're good with the letter.
Sure.
Yeah, a little
Go
background
ahead.
would be
Yeah,
great.
this is.
Yeah, what I would just say is if CSKT is successful and they receive the funding and it does fund all of Post Creek Hill and the Nine Pipes area, there's some significant benefits, but just the funding alone, Post Creek Hill, the last tentative construction plan I read, I think was 2022. Post Creek Hill was almost a $23 million project. Nine Pipes was even significantly more than that. And I do know it was going to take MDT a while to fund both of these projects. If CSKT is successful and they're able to build both of these projects, that would almost button up that entire corridor as far as projects. The only segment I'm aware of would be the Ronan urban piece, and that's the kind of that short piece through Ronan. And I know MDT is actively working on that. So. I think it really closes the window of when this corridor can be completed. And, the letter talks about the benefits, both Post Creek and the Nine Pipes projects multiple wildlife crossing accommodations included in the project. And so, for that piece, there's significant importance, especially when you start looking at like, there's a number of grizzly bears that end up being hit on Highway 93 and in this area specifically. And so if they can get the accommodations built along with, the fencing to keep the animals off the road, there's a lot of good that would come from these two projects. So,
Shane, do you think this is a pretty competitive proposal?
I don't know, Josh. CSKT is pretty darn good though with reaching out and being successful with federal funds. So I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if they receive funds.
Great. Well, we hope they do. Thanks for putting this together.
Yeah, thanks, Shane.
We're really glad to work with them.
Any further discussion items, upcoming events, invitations? Other comments? Okay, thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thanks. Goodbye.